about anything that matters to you. Nothing is off limits. You will discover the perfect unfolding of this day. Esther was thinking about you as she was getting ready to come and play with you. And she was thinking about the momentum of your lives. She was thinking about how we are all queued up for something really wonderful to occur collectively, co-creatively here today. We're eager to visit with you. What do you want to talk about? Some things. There's a lot of trouble in this room. A lot of trouble. All right. Are you enjoying the evolution of your own desire? Yes. Are you keeping up with the evolution of your own desire? Yes. Well, those two questions go together really well, because if you are enjoying the evolution of your own desire, that does mean you're keeping up with it. It means that you are identifying through the variety that you are living new desires, and that there is not a big gap in terms of what you believe about it. Because if you have a desire that you doubt, you're not enjoying the expansion of your desire. If you have a desire that you believe, then you are. And a belief's just a thought you keep thinking, isn't it? So then in the beginning stages of learning that you create your own reality, often people will say to us, Abraham, I don't believe that I create my own reality, because if I created my own reality, I would not have done it that way. And we say, we didn't say you did it on purpose, we said you did it. Most people are creating their own reality by default. Most people are creating their own reality by their observation of things that are around them. So they're just continuing to perpetuate what's around them, which is nice if you've got a good thing going, because you just observe the good thing you got going, and more good things you got going, get going more. But there is a way of controlling, but it's early stages kind of stuff. These are some of the things that we want to visit with you about today. We want you to leave here knowing for sure that you do create your own reality, because you do emit a signal, and because law of attraction responds to the signal, and that things that then match that signal are then realized by you. We want you to leave here today knowing that you are a transmitting and receiving mechanism, and that the thoughts that you think you're thinking are thoughts that in some cases you are projecting, but in most cases you are receiving, because there are not original thoughts. Now there are too many thoughts have been thought. There is too much momentum in the thinking. The evolution of who you are is so far down the road. You are pure positive energy. You are genius creators in these magnificent bodies. You are here creating your own reality with great reason and purpose. And the momentum that has come before is this wonderful ride that is carrying all of us forward, forward, forward. So you are not thinking new thoughts, but you are choosing the direction of the thoughts that are being received by you. Just like tuning your dial. Esther listens to Pulse Radio. She really likes the variety that is there. She has a lot of preset buttons in her cars, and every now and again she just pushes another button and pushes another button and pushes another button, but she's pretty sure of generally what's going to come. She's choosing in some ways a little bit of momentum with lots of options to make new decisions along the way. And that's the thing that we want you to understand. You've got a lot of preset buttons, and some of them are serving you really well, some of them not so well. And so when we talk about law of attraction, we have to use the word, or put the word momentum into the equation, because if you understand that law of attraction and momentum go together, then sorting this out will be a very easy thing for you. The best momentum story we have, Esther was amazed when she first saw the streets in San Francisco. Didn't seem possible that people would want to drive up or down them. They were. There they were. Imagine putting your car at the top of one of those hills, taking it out of gear, taking the parking brake off, and just for fun, just to see if the physics of this universe are still in place, you decide to just bump your car a little bit from behind, just to see what might happen. Well, it starts to move, but you come to your senses right away, because you've been around here long enough to know about gravity and inertia. So you step right out in front of your car, and it bumps up against you, and the momentum stops. And it was easy to stop because it was very slight anyway. But you wouldn't want to be at the bottom of that hill stopping that momentum. So law of attraction is the same. The more time or attention that you've given to a subject, the more momentum it has. And you are not going to stop that momentum all at once. But it is important to know that while you sleep, the momentum of your thought does stop. While you are asleep, you are not encouraging the momentum. It gives you a sort of reprieve from unwanted momentum. And when you awaken, you have the ability to begin it in the direction of things wanted. That's just a little tip from the universe. That's just a little fact that may help you. If there are thoughts that you would like to begin thinking in a new way, don't do it at the end of the day after something has gone wrong that has your attention. In other words, when you're really upset about something, that's not the time to deal with it. Because dealing with something that you are upset with only increases the momentum of it. It gives it more sticking power. But now here's a very interesting thing. There's no such thing as no in a universe that is based upon attraction. This is an inclusion-based universe, which means the things that you look at, that you want, that you say yes to, you include them in your vibration. They become part of your attraction. But those things that you don't want, that you shout no at, you also include in your vibration, because the universe is not differentiating between the word yes and no. It is only differentiating between your attention to it or your not attention to it. You see what we're getting at? So you can shout no all day long at things you do not want, and they come to you stronger and stronger and stronger because of your attention to them. Isn't that a good thing to know? So what do you do? What do you do if you don't want that thing? I don't want that thing. I'm not going to think about that thing that I don't want anymore. That thing over there. I'm not going to think about that anymore. I'm not going to think about that anymore. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to think about that thing. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. So what you have to do is think about something else. You think about other things. You just gradually, it takes a little bit of time, it's gradual, shift your attention more and more to things wanted, and therefore not so much on things not wanted. But it's not an instant transformation. It's a general, gentle transformation. And it's helpful to understand what makes it easier and what makes it more difficult. So here are the laws of the universe simply explained so that you can understand how it is that things are coming to you or to others because of your attention. So when you give your attention to something and you're thinking about it in very general terms, in that general attention to it, there is less momentum. The more you think about it, the faster the momentum. So when you've given your attention to something, your undivided attention to something, and you've given your attention longer and longer, law of attraction just fills in more and more details for you. And the more detailed a subject becomes, then the stronger your point of attraction is. The more general you are, the less. So there are two things you can do to slow momentum, many more than that really, but two things that really work well. One is go to sleep. That stops momentum. Don't sleep all day, just occasionally. And the other is you can meditate. When you meditate, you quiet your mind. When you quiet your mind, you stop thought. When you stop thought, you stop momentum. Gives you an opportunity to come into alignment with who you are. And there is one more very important thing that we want to say to you. You are source energy in these physical bodies. Do you know that? There is a trajectory, there is a momentum of well-being that is very powerful, that without knowing it, you've been practicing hindering with contradictory thought. So when you meditate, what happens is you quiet your mind, and your natural trajectory, your natural momentum then can have more effect in your experience. It's like, imagine a cork bobbing on the surface of the water. That's pure positive energy. That's absence of resistance in this analogy. Now you can hold that cork under the water. I don't have enough money, or I'm really mad at that guy, or that person did something inappropriate, or I don't like the way you spoke to me, or I don't like the way that came down, or I don't like what's happening in government, or I don't like what's happening, or I don't like what my children are doing, or. You can hold that cork under the water in disapproval of something, in negative attention to something. But when you are distracted from that subject, like in slumber, or meditation, or appreciation, You let go of the cork and it bobs right back to the surface where you naturally belong. So what we're wanting to say to you is that while you do, everyone does, you have some beliefs that are not serving you. And so the key to the happily ever after that you're wanting, the key is to clean up your focus. But you can't just all of a sudden stop thinking something that you've been thinking, because the law of attraction is bringing thoughts to you like the ones that are most active. So you've got to find ways of deactivating what you don't want by going general, and activating more and more what you do want, becoming more and more specific. You see what we're getting at? If you find yourself in the middle of a conversation about something that you do not want, stop talking about it as soon as you can. That helps. And in time, you'll stop talking about it, you'll stop thinking about it, you'll stop attracting it, you'll stop being part of that. Your point of attraction will shift. And that's really what we want to talk about here today. Some of you have been listening to us for a while, yes? And you've been hearing us talking about law of attraction and how powerful it is, and how there's no exclusion. And even though there's a war against drugs and a war against cancer and a war against teenage pregnancy and a war against and a war against and a war against, a war against poverty, a war against, the war against terrorism, a war against, all of those things are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Not one of those wars against anything is making anything smaller, because there is no exclusion. You cannot push it away. You only bring more of it to you, you see. Let's get going. Let's sort it out a little bit at a time. It is our expectation that you will push the reset button today, that you will find vibrational alignment with who you are, and that you will participate in the energy of that alignment long enough that you will be forever vibrationally changed. Now, we don't mean this alignment that is certain to happen today is not like a college degree where once you get the certificate, you just hang it on your wall and it's yours forevermore. It's not like that, because your alignment either is or isn't in the moment. But you're going to be able to tell from now on whether you're in alignment or not, because you can tell by the way you feel. Your emotions are the key to your alignment. The better you feel, the more in alignment with who you are and all that you've become you are. The worse you feel, the more out of alignment you are. Sort of like the hot and cold game. Kate wanted to play that with Jerry and Esther when she was really little. They played it in a big building. She would hide something in the building, and then she would give them clues so that they could find it. You're getting warmer, she'd say. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. Getting colder. And because she knew where it was, and because she gave good clues, they always found it. It was so much fun. Sometimes Jerry would pretend that colder was warmer and warmer was colder, but Kate never let him get away with that. You know better than that. You know what warmer means, Jerry. You know what warmer means. You know. And you know what good feels like. And you know what not good feels like. So stop pretending that you don't know. You know. You know when you feel good, and you know when you don't. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain. And we want you to know that these thoughts have never been before unto all of the universe. We've stepped into new places as a result of who you are. The universe has expanded as a result of this combination of thoughts and desires and beliefs. This expansion is what we all live for. In other words, we are eternal beings, all of us. We will never cease to be. And since we never cease to be, there's no place we're trying to get. All of that we think we're going to, you especially in your human form, is because you think you will feel better in getting there. But once you get there, then there'll be more and more and more and more and more. And so what we want you to leave this gathering really feeling, and you're in a place where you can get it easily, is that in all of all that is, there only is and only ever has been and only ever will be right here, right now. There's only now and how you feel, and only now and how you feel, and only now and how you feel. And you have control over how you feel now and how you feel now and how you feel now. And as you begin exercising that control over how you feel now and how you feel now, oh, how you feel now is just going to be enhanced in how you feel now. And then you will be less attached to what's coming next, because what's coming next is not necessary for how you feel now.